realm again, there really would be nowhere to go except underground. And here are many comments on my last video about the headless men, known as the Blemier. These people were first described as inhabitants of ancient Libya or the Nile system. Later, they were said to have existed in the region of India. Here we're told there's two types, one with the eyes on the chest, and others with the eyes on the shoulders. Various etymologies have been proposed for the origins of the name Blemiers. And very fascinating. I'd like to do a part 2 on that video. Many comments to go through. We are told the one-footed people were called sciapods, the dogheads were called cynocephales, and the cleft-footed people in Zimbabwe were called Doma. And these people, remember, were actually still in existence. Doma or Vedoma. Now we're going to look at this Merlin collection one more time. And of course we're told this is a fraud and a hoax time and time again. But what if we had the opportunity to test such a specimen? I wanted to come to this particular species, some sort of fairy, a winged biped carnivore. And this really looking like the elongated heads that we see in South America, both small and full size. Also depictions of pharaohs in Egypt with the same style elongated cone head. And mind you, this is from around 200 years ago. And right away this brought me to something in modern times. And I thought it was very appropriate to tie into this collection, which again most people think is fake. But today I wanted to show a creature in modern times that has been found and that has been thoroughly investigated in a respected university. I first heard about this about 15 years ago while listening to Coast to Coast AM, which has now sadly gone downhill. But here they had a guest by the name of Stephen Greer, and he had found this creature, or come into possession of it. And exactly what I would want to do if I got my hands on such a specimen. They brought it to Stanford University and took detailed x-rays, CAT scans, and genetic samples for testing. Here they had this Dr. Lockman perform many of the tests, who's the author of a book and a leading expert on skeletal abnormalities, and he was in charge of examining the x-rays, CAT scans, and photographs. They obtained DNA from the two right anterior ribs on the humanoid. These clearly contained bone marrow material, and the strictest protocols were observed. This small humanoid is 13 centimeters, or about 6 inches, and completely intact. There's absolutely no doubt that the specimen is an actual organism, and it's not a hoax of any kind. This fact has been confirmed by Dr. Nolan and Dr. Lockman at Stanford. So here you go, an absolute confirmation by a mainstream source that this non-humanoid species is actually legit. The DNA was different, the skeletal features, and pretty much everything that could prove that this thing is real has taken place. And here it is again, really fascinating. Again, the large head, and showing comparisons to small infants, just to eliminate that. And honestly, I think this creature doesn't even look as legit as this one, and really seeming like these two could be cousins. And I really spent a lot of time examining both of these specimens. And I think one, having been thoroughly investigated by medical experts, lends credibility to the other, which has been quickly discarded without any such examinations. Well, that's it. I thank you for joining me,